Hello and welcome to the second A Insurance Pirate Radio of the day. Earlier, we had our other NBA analyst, Elijah Taylor, on to discuss the finals and the running school and his trip to Vegas. But anyway, we're here with Ryan DePinto at halftime of Game 2 of the Suns Bucks. Ryan, what are your thoughts on the game thus far tonight?
It's been a good game so far. It's kind of just been crazy with how I honestly thought how well the Bucks played in that first half to then be down, double digits going into halftime.
Yeah, there was an 8-0 run.
Yeah, no, it was. Their defense was stifling. Drew Holiday on Chris Paul's kind of completely changed the series. It feels like a little bit. He was locking him down. Tucker was doing a good job on Booker there for a little bit. The Bucks have long defenders. Obviously, Giannis is insane. But it's just there's something seems to just feel like it's almost missing. They can't run their offense as smooth as the Suns can, and it's just so much easier for the Suns to score, even with the Bucks playing crazy defense. It's just They have to work so much harder for every possession the Bucks do. So that's just kind of what was jumping out to me. I don't know if you were feeling the same thing.
Yeah, I was impressed with the Bucks in the first quarter, and like Mike Breen said, it felt like they were up, even though it was like a close game.
Yeah.
But one thing that stuck out to me, I know Budenholzer is a coach in the finals, but he's made some really poor coaching decisions throughout the series. Especially, I thought not taking Giannis out after he was down with what seemed to, and Giannis obviously has a knee injury, and he went down. He didn't take him out of the game with 49 seconds left to go in the half. I thought that was a poor coaching decision.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. Giannis is clearly not 100%. Also, I feel like that's just seems to be evident. But when he gets the ball down low, he's still he puts it in the hoop. He grabs rebounds. He's still hustling and giving 100%. But you could tell he's a little off. And it just seems like the Bucks are just could use one more swing man and one more maybe just some point guard / forward that could just run the offense a little bit and just get other people open shots. Cause it's just, I know Drew Holiday is a great point guard and he's doing a great job on the defensive end.
Right.
He's having a shooting night, but it just seems like no one can really do what Chris Paul and even honestly what Cam Payne on the other side and Booker are just doing in terms of getting in, dissecting, making that first pass to the open man, and then everyone on their team just swings the ball. It's crazy. That last possession when
the Suns, yeah,
it's just the Bucks were closing out on everything, but it's just at some point you're gonna have a small slip up. DeAndre Ayton gets an and one. It's just it's almost unguardable.
Yeah, it's inevitable that they'll find the open man, and like you said, Ayton with the athletic finish for the N1. But yeah, it's been really impressive watching this first half. The Giannis came out really athletic with that first dunk in the first quarter, but he's such an athlete that even though he's not at 100%, he can still perform at such a high level.
Oh yeah, no one can guard him still. When he's right by the rim, it's just a physical freak.
Yeah, I just think he needs to check his ego and stop shooting threes. It's just not they were down 3. He missed a 3, and then the Suns hit one. So it was a kind of a 6-point swing, or at least a 5-point swing. So he just needs to kind of play his own game, let the game come to him a little bit.
Yeah, and honestly, that's the part where it's I love Drew Holiday, I love Chris Middleton, and Giannis is obviously great, but it's just that last piece of you're just running their offense and someone getting Giannis out of the situations where there's 8 to 10 seconds on the shot clock. He's beyond the 3-point line. They're sagging off, begging him to shoot, and it's you don't want him to shoot it, but it's also you're kind of stuck there. So I just think that, and they lost DiVincenzo, not that really running much offense, but that was just another swing man who could D up and just 3 and D basically.
Yeah, I said earlier, but I think Middleton is their best scorer. Be honest, maybe their best player, but Middleton is their most important player, and I think their best offensive threat.
Yeah, no, 100%. We'll see how the rest of it shakes out there in the second half. Honestly, if I'm the Bucks, obviously that didn't end how you wanted it, but you're on the road. You're only down 10 to 12. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how that final score was, but it's the Suns shot 45% from 3 on 24 shots. So it's if they're going to shoot 45% from 3, you're not going to win the series, honestly. So you got to just hope for some aggression there. just keep playing the same defense, and then they shot like 20 something percent from three. So you just kind of hope that evens out a little bit, and maybe they can get a little easier opportunities on offense. Just see if they could kind of work that out. I'm not really sure, honestly, just watching, like, I'm not really sure what else they could do. I mean, they're not like, it's just, I mean, the Suns can D up as well. I mean, Bridges is a beast on that end.
I was going to bring up Mikal Bridges. He's really
he was shooting everything.
Yeah.
D'ing up. Crowder's obviously a gritty defender.
We had the Cam sandwich on defense, Mike Breen.
Yeah, those two are great, lanky defenders. Ayton's like honestly come a ways from when he first came in the league in terms of like defensive, and even Booker, he'll fight. Like, so it's just like, it's not like they're slouches on that end either, which makes it even harder about like, if they're going to shoot 45% from three, you're kind of just stuck.
Yeah, it's time for our first official ad break of Amon Insurance Pirate Radio. 3 years this April, and we got our first no free ads, but I'm going to shout out Fisher's Popcorn out in Ocean City. It tastes like Cracker Jacks, but better. Their popcorn just tastes better. Seamless transition.
Jinxed yourself.
It's so good, you'll choke on it. But I was going to talk about your brother and his freshman season, especially outdoor in the 1500 meter.
For sure.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, no problem. I'll take it away. Yeah, he was a Syosset alum, like both of us. Finished up his freshman season this past year. Obviously, it was an interesting year with COVID and everything. Starting out, the fall he's getting COVID tested like every other day. They still do that in the spring, and he really started to kick it into gear towards the end of winter there. Ran a couple low 420s, nothing crazy. He was still not happy with any of that, but just kept putting in the work. And then towards the end of the spring season, he ended up running 351 at Big Tens, which was a huge PR, crazy fast freshman time. Super happy for him. All the hard work he'd been putting in. Still has a lot of work to do, obviously. He started at back summer training, but yeah, that was an awesome race. I mean, my lifetime PR is 350.0. So for him to run 351 as a freshman the sky's the limit. So he's on his back to the drawing board, though. You know, you can't really rest on your laurels in this sport. So if he wants to run 345 this year coming up, then he's got to get to work and do it in the summer. So that's what I was telling him.
I literally can't talk, but summer training is the key to success, or anyone's success. I might have to revoke this Fisher's Popcorn sponsorship because I'm really
yeah, it's putting you in the coffin here.
Jesus, I had to go on mute. But yeah, he's really impressed me. And like you said, your lifetime PR is only a second off his freshman PR, so nowhere to go but up for him.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. His mileage is going up. It's not like he was someone who overtrained much in high school. He put in good workouts, but he wasn't like a high mileage guy. Still isn't. Probably tops out around 50. So he's got a lot of room to grow. He's got a lot of natural speed, a lot of natural strength, just like upper body and lower body. Does a lot of good work in the weight room. So if he could just keep building that base up a little bit and just growing into his body, you know, he's going to get a little stronger, a little faster. I mean, I think the sky's the limit, you know, just got to keep putting in the work, stacking it on each other. That's kind of the name of the limit. Game.
Did you just set a limit on your brother? There are no limits. No human is limited. Eliud Kipchoge. No, I'm just fucking
exactly.
With you. But we can stop whenever the game starts. But how does he have like a good training group at Maryland?
Yeah. They just got a bunch of. There's a lot more mid distance because it's mostly there's no cross country team. Okay. They're probably looking to bring it back. Justin's he's not like too excited. Like he wouldn't really want to run an 8K, but obviously if they brought a team back, he would do it for the team.
Right.
So he has a lot more mid distance teammates, and I know they brought in one freshman from New York, I think Pearl River maybe, who had run 4:15 this past spring. So that'll be a good training partner. And then I think they had brought in a 1K kid who had run 228 in high school and was like US #1
That's
for at
the
least a
1,000.
couple months. Yeah.
Shout out to Pearl River and that Brian kid. I know they have a good program.
Yeah, they do. So yeah, he'll have some good training partners. Back home, he still runs with a couple of his high school teammates. Anyone in the area. So yeah, he's still putting in the good work. Yeah, I'm excited to see. I couldn't really go to any of his races just because of COVID. So I live in the area still in DC. So it'd be good to see a couple more races in person, not just watching on live streams.
Yeah, shout out to the DMV, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, before we let you go, any thoughts on the trials? Then the 1,600 race?
I thought it was awesome. I'm fucking pumped. The events I'm most pumped about for the United States is the 1,500. Obviously, I think Centro, Hawker,
and Jordan, not Jordan,
and Yard and the Goose. I think they could all honestly make the final, and I think Centro and Hawker have a shot. I mean, obviously Yard could, but I think those two have a real shot of being on the podium, or at least right around there. So that'll be great. And then honestly, I'm super fucking pumped for the 400 IH with Rye Benjamin.
And
just ran 46.83. Yeah, 100% on the girls' side too. But he ran 46.83, and I know someone from Norway just ran 46.7. So those are number 1 and 3 times ever. So that's gonna be a freaking crazy race. The thought that someone could run like 46.5, 46.6 and get second place with the fastest time ever. It just happened the other person in the race ran it too. Same on the women's side, honestly, with the Muhammad and Cindy McLaughlin. And then same thing in the 110 hurdles. Holloway was 0.01 off the world record in the trials. And then a Jamaican from I forgot where he went to college, but he
was at a state school or
it was something. I think it might have been SEC school.
Florida. I don't know.
Yeah, something. Or Kentucky, maybe. He went, Omar McLeod, he went like 12.9 something the other day. So, I mean, that's going to be a crazy race too, where 2 people could break the world record kind of thing. So I'm just pumped. It sucks no fans, but I don't know. I'm excited regardless.
Yeah, no, for sure. Before I let you go, I'm just really excited to research the other countries. Like you brought up Norway and the Ingebrigtsen triplets.
They're crazy.
Jacob, Enric, and the other one. But yeah, they're nasty and they're also young. So obviously the Kenyans, Ethiopians will be in the mix, but
100%.
Mid-distance events, man. I'm really excited.
Yeah, no, I'm so pumped. So it should be good. Maybe we'll get back on here and talk about recap of that.
Looks like the game's back on, so we'll let you.
Perfect.
But yeah, we'll. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, no problem. Hopefully, we get a good second half here. Bucks fight back a little bit, make it a good fourth quarter.
All right. Thank you guys for listening.